Have you ever walked away from a conversation feeling drained, small, or somehow at fault for something you never did? As if the person in front of you had some invisible power to twist your reality, leaving you doubting yourself, questioning your worth, and replaying every word in your head? You are not imagining it. You are dealing with someone who knows how to control the narrative, someone who turns subtle manipulation into an art. Here's the truth. People who constantly belittle others, dismiss their feelings, or demand attention don't do it randomly. Their actions come from a deep-rooted need to protect their own fragile sense of self. They cannot stand being wrong or ignored, so they create a world where everything revolves around them. They bend conversations, rewrite situations, and wear you down with their tactics until you feel like a shadow of yourself. But once you understand the psychology behind this behavior, once you see it for what it truly is, you can stop them in their tracks. Let's paint a picture. Imagine you're sharing something important with someone close to you, a thought, a decision, or even just how your day went. Before you finish, they interrupt. You always think you know better, or don't be so dramatic, it's not a big deal. Suddenly, what you shared feels small. Your voice disappears, and you wonder, were they right? Did I overreact? Slowly, you stop sharing, you start shrinking, and they get exactly what they want. Control. This is how manipulation works. It's not always loud or obvious. Sometimes it's subtle and quiet, a word here, a glance there, but its impact is enormous. So, how do you deal with people like this, especially when you cannot walk away? Maybe it's a boss, a family member, or someone you see every day. The first thing you must realize is this: you are not the problem. Their behavior comes from their need to feel powerful, not from anything you've done wrong. People like this lack the ability to reflect on themselves. They do not genuinely care about your perspective, your truth, or your feelings. To them, conversations are not about understanding, they're about winning. And to win, they'll use tactics that confuse you and wear you down. They might gaslight you, saying, "That never happened," even when you know it did. They might guilt trip you, turning themselves into the victim so you feel ashamed for calling them out. Or they'll shift blame so effortlessly that you're left defending yourself for something they caused. Here's where you regain control. The moment you see these patterns, when you recognize the game, they lose their hold on you. It's like pulling back a curtain and seeing the strings behind a puppet. The next time they dismiss your feelings, you don't need to defend yourself. You can say calmly and firmly, "That's your opinion, and I see it differently." By refusing to argue or explain, you take away their power. People who manipulate thrive on reactions, on getting you emotional, defensive, or upset. The more you react, the stronger their grip becomes. But when you remain calm, when you don't play their game, you are untouchable. Think about this scenario. A colleague constantly blames you for mistakes at work. At first, you argue back. You show evidence, emails, and facts, but it only makes things worse. Why? Because they are not interested in truth. They are interested in control. So, you shift your response. Instead of getting drawn into an argument, you say, "I'll look into it," or "Let's focus on the solution instead." No defensiveness, no emotion, just calm clarity. They'll hate it because their tactics won't work anymore. This brings us to the most important strategy: setting boundaries. When you're around manipulative people, boundaries are your greatest defense. A boundary is not about changing them, it's about protecting yourself. You don't need to explain or justify it. Just be clear and consistent. If they insult you or push your limits, you can say, "I'm not comfortable with that," or "Let's continue this conversation when it's respectful." And if they keep pushing, you walk away. No anger, no drama, just a firm refusal to play their game. Here's a story to make this real. A friend of mine had a family member who constantly criticized her job, her choices, even the way she dressed. At first, she tried to win their approval. She changed herself, explained herself, and defended herself, only to feel worse every time. Eventually, she realized something. No matter what she did, it would never be enough. So, she stopped trying. The next time this family member criticized her, she smiled and said, "Thank you for sharing your opinion." That's it. The criticism stopped, because without her reaction, it lost its power. This is the key to dealing with manipulative people. Stop expecting them to change. Stop expecting them to care, to apologize, or to understand. The moment you let go of that hope, you free yourself from their control. You focus on your truth, on who you are and what you stand for, without letting anyone twist it. And let me be clear, this isn't easy. People who manipulate are persistent. They will test your boundaries, try to pull you back into arguments, and find new ways to push your buttons. But the more you practice staying calm, setting boundaries, and refusing to engage emotionally, the stronger you become. Over time, you'll realize that their words, their tactics, their games, they're nothing more than noise. And you can choose to rise above it. So the next time someone tries to manipulate you, whether it's through blame, guilt, or gaslighting, remember this: you don't owe them your energy. You don't owe them an explanation. All you owe yourself is peace. Stay calm. Stay firm. And know that their behavior is about them, not you. When you understand this, you'll see that you are stronger than their games. You are free. Toxic people lose their power the moment you stop giving them control. Choose peace over chaos. Choose clarity over confusion. And choose yourself, always. If this video gave you clarity, share it with someone who might need to hear it. And for more wisdom on navigating life's challenges, don't forget to subscribe to the Wisdom Guru. Thank you for watching.